It's our E VGC, and today we're going to be looking on the Pikalytics website to see how the metagame's doing. Please excuse the ads. This website does use ads, so basically we're going to be looking at the top couple Pokemon. We're probably not going to go below 10% usage. We're probably just going to stick to Chi-Yu, and then we're just probably going to stop. And we're going to have everything above Chi-Yu. And basically, the metagame trends that we're going to go over are like what the most common Pokemon are, what the most common EV spreads and sets are, stuff like that, so you can know how to correctly team build so that you can be good into the metagame. Now, this is the biggest thing by far. Most teams have this core of three, which pairs really well together. Fluttermane, Iron Hands, and Landorus Therian. Now, why is that? Landorus Therian pairs really well with Fluttermane because it really enjoys the Intimidate support. Landorus Therian pairs really well with Iron Hands because Iron Hands has better special bulk than physical bulk because of the Assault Vest. So, Landorus Therian having Intimidate just makes Iron Hands that much more bulky. So, the Iron Hands and Landorus Therian also have really good synergy offensively because Fluttermane beats Landorus Therian and Iron Hands beats Fluttermane. Landorus Therian beats some other stuff that Iron Hands can't, like Landorus Therian can Terraflying, Terra Blast, and Moongus, and Rillaboom, and Ogerpon Hearthflame, and Ogerpon Wellspring, and Iron Hands literally loses to every single one of those, except maybe the Amoonguss. I think Iron Hands might be able to get past an Amoonguss, possibly, but it's a very, very slow duel with Iron Hands and Amoonguss, but yeah, and then these are the three you need to be prepared for. If you ignore everything else that I'm going to tell you in this video, just remember, deal with these three. Fluttermane, Iron Hands, Landorus Therian. Now we're going to look at the most common sets. What can you expect them to be running? The most common set is Choice Specs or Booster Energy, and they are around the same usage, so you do have to be prepared for both. So, the Choice Spec sets are going to be running Shadow Ball, Moonblast, Dazzling Gleam, and Thunderbolt/Power Gem. Then, the Booster Energy set is going to be running Moonblast, or is going to be running any combination of the top three moves, Shadow Ball, Moonblast, or Dazzling Gleam. It'll be running 2 out of 3 of those, and then Icy Wind, and then Protect. That's the standard Booster Energy set. Then we're going to be looking at the EV spreads. Now, the most common Fluttermane spread that's not just Timid 252, 252, minus 252, 252, is the Timid 148, 116, 116, 4, 124. So, what this should be able to do is Fluttermane here. So you have a pretty good, bulk, I guess, 148 and 116. I think that allows you to take, Surging Strikes from Urshifu, I think. I think that's what the calc was. And then you get 116 again, and then you're actually Timid. So you actually have Timid on this, and then, and then you have, 124 speed. What number does that help you hit? Well, I'm in level 100 right now, so just go down to this. And the EV spread is gonna let you hit 171, which I think is the benchmark for, wait, not 171. I'm not actually properly timided. Okay, so it allows you to outspeed Adamant Chenpao and, Ogerpons. So that is a really helpful speed benchmark. And then you get really good bulk, and you get as much offense as you can. Usually, this spread will be on Choice Spec sets, so expect the Choice Spec sets to outspeed your Ogerpon and outspeed your Chenpao. Great. Now we are going to go back to Pikalytics. Now we're going to go to Iron Hands. Not really much to say about this. They essentially run one set, and then every once in a while they run Volt Switch. That's what they, instead of Heavy Slam. So basically, Drain Punch, Fake Out, Wild Charge, and Heavy Slam. Those are the moves they run. There's always a chance that they don't run Heavy Slam and they run Volt Switch instead to be able to position around better. The one item it runs is Assault Vest. Don't expect it to run anything else. It does, every once in a while, very rarely, run Citrus Berry on Belly Drum sets and Booster Energy Attack to just get more damage off, but usually it's not worth it. The most common set that isn't just 252, 252 is the 76, 156, 4, 0, 2, 5, 2, 20. Now, what does this mean? So Iron Hands. Basically, they run 76 HP and 156 an adamant nature. Why this number? Well, basically, how the natures work is that at a certain point, you see how this is at 196? You move up one bump and it gets you to 198, so you get actually a bonus stat point. That's why they all stop at those numbers. And then you have 188, 436, and okay, I am not. Wait, that's not the right spread. Then you have 4, 2, 5, 2, and 20. So we have 4, we got 2, 5, 2, and then 20. 20 probably allows you to outspeed some slow thing. And then you have 2, 5, 2. Basically, this is the assault vest set. One of the assault vest sets. Basically, you're bulky. The more you invest into your special defense, the more it gets multiplied by the assault vest to just gives you insane special bulk. So, Iron Hands are always going to be running, like, assault vest and just be super bulky. That's also why Iron Hands relies on Intimidate. Then we have Lando T. We're going to go back to Peak Analytics here. Lando T's most common set is Choice Scarf, just by a long shot. You have Stomping Tantrum, U-Turn, Rock Slide, and Terra Blast. It doesn't really run anything else. Basically, see, most common item is Choice Scarf. Every once in a while, it runs Twitter Amulet or Assault Vest. But it's just Choice Scarf. Basically, the most common set, I don't even have to look at Peak Analytics for this. The most common spread for it is going to be 212, which allows you to outspeed Qian Pao with the choice scarf. 36 adamant or 116 adamant, depending on if you want more damage or more bulk. And then you know either 252 HP and 36 adamant, or 116 HP and 116 attack and 172 HP. So you can either get more damage and less bulk, or less damage and more bulk. That's the trade-offs there. Then I think we're gonna go through the top 5 in this video, because this video is already getting pretty long. Alright. We are going to have Ogerpon Wellspring next. It is currently the most popular Ogerpon, only like 3% usage above Hearthflame, though. After the top 3, there's a huge gap between Landorus, Therian, and Ogerpon Wellspring, and it's sort of everything stays the same up until Heatran, and then there's a 7% jump to Chi-Yu. But then everything else is just like, this is what you're going to be seeing, and all of these are basically on a quarter of teams. Everything from Ogerpon Wellspring to Heatran is on a quarter of teams. That includes Tornadus, Urshifu, Rapid Strike, Ogerpon, Hearthflame, Rillaboom, Qian Pao, and of course Heatran. And yeah, so, just as a standard team, expect Fluttermane, Iron Hands, Lando T, and then the other 3 will be something between Heatran and, Ogerpon Wellspring on this list. Its most common set is Ivy, Cudgel, Spiky Shield, Hornleech, and Follow Me. It can only ever run one item, so, yeah. It's most common EV spread that isn't just, like 252, 252. That's actually decent. You know what? We're not going to do these spreads for this one. That's just the most common set. These spreads are so varied that it's, like, really hard to come up with a good one just for that. Just for the Ogerpons. Like, they're just not good with EV spreads. Alright, great. Tornadus. Basically, it always runs Tailwind. Like, literally, you cannot have a set that does not run Tailwind. You have Bleakwind Storm. It almost always runs Bleakwind Storm just to get really good damage. Even though it's not fully accurate, it just does so much damage that it's hard to not run. Then you have Taunt to stop Amoonguss and other things that are like trying to use setup moves. Then you have Rain Dance, which usually means it's paired with Urshifu, or Sunny Day if it's paired with Ogerpon Hearthflame. And yeah, that is the top 5 Pokemon in VGC. Thank you for watching.